Welcome to part 2 of Job Search During Difficult Times. We've now moved on to building your LinkedIn profile. What we have here is a wonderful example of a headshot and a background picture that's very specific to the industry that this candidate seeks to enter. I love the close-up on the headshot. I love that this candidate looks happy to be there and professional. And then I love the microscope, which is very indicative to the career path that this person is seeking to enter. The headline is very important. This is what most companies will search based on with keywords. So we're seeing things like clinical, data-driven, business development. As a student, you can use the competencies you have in addition to adding what you aspire to do. But stay away from the generic student at NC State University, which is 1 in 30+ thousand people. You want to look unique. We also want to move into a summary, which is going to show what motivates you and what you're skilled at. And I'm about to show you a great example of a more in-depth summary. We will then scroll down on a LinkedIn profile to see experience. And experience is very important because it helps the employer to see not just what's on your resume with one page, but to get a more in-depth view at the proof behind your claims to have specific competencies. For example, you can upload any kinds of videos, PowerPoints, presentations, spreadsheets that are samples of your work. And you can also list your organizations on your LinkedIn profile. So here's the more in-depth summary statement that I like from one of my recent graduates. It reads like a cover letter, although a cover letter is going to be very specific to the company you apply for. This is your broadcast cover letter. It is the best piece of real estate you have on the internet because when someone Googles you, they're going to see your LinkedIn profile and they're going to want to read a few paragraphs about what you've done. And I think you have up to 2,000 characters. Some people like keeping it short and sweet. Some people like giving as much in-depth detail as possible. I tend to like to use as much of that space as possible to show specific examples of what I have to offer and a little bit of a personal touch where there's information about her late father that was an amputee with a rare autoimmune disorder. This humanizes the candidate, which I think is very important. And then at the end, we've got this part about I welcome connections from people in the textile industry. That's important so that people know whether or not they should connect to you, and we call it a call to action. Next point is stand out by doing your research. There are many ways you can do your homework and show that you have taken the initiative to be resourceful in this entire process of locating opportunities and making connections with hiring managers. Twitter is a wonderful way to find out more about hiring managers and what they need. Go ahead and follow specific Twitter news feeds. So this one is management consulting, and there'll be a lot of information on trends in the industry. So create that news feed for yourself. And also follow potential employers on LinkedIn. This will give you an insight into new jobs that are being posted, as well as give you an insight into what the mission of the organization is, what are their values, and you can see if that's aligned with what is important to you, going back to our first video talking about your values that you identified in the Focus 2 online assessment, which is found on the Career Development Center webpage under Career Exploration. Now that you've done your research, students, you're going to apply this knowledge. You're going to reach out to both old and new friends. Let everyone you know that you are seeking an opportunity. Do not be shy. Most people who are out in the work world now are very grateful that they have a position. that they weren't laid off or downsized due to the tight economy that hit us in March 2020. And they also want to give back. Discover people from your list. And don't forget to go back to Career Shift, which is found in EPAC, to locate more employers that are NC State alums and also do industry search. This will help you build confidence and depth of knowledge as you move into networking with your neighbors. So we've got the top 3 F's, which are family, friends, and faculty, or professors, which starts with P, and advisors. Think of the person that cuts your hair. Think of the person that you go to get your teeth cleaned, your dental hygienist. Everyone counts as someone that you want to network with, because there are always 2 stacks in every advertised vacancy. There's the stack that went online and applied through cyberspace, and that's the big one. And there's the small stack of someone that was referred by one of the networking contacts, someone that reached out to a connection to say, have you heard about this particular candidate? I really think they'd be a great fit for you. Your goal is to get into the second stack. So you will ask this type of question. Can you suggest a professional I could interview with in the public relations field? This is the question you ask to everyone on that list that you made just a moment ago, of your professors, of your former supervisors, of maybe the person that came to play golf at the country club you worked at. Do not be shy. Every person knows someone. They can refer you to a person in the field you're interested in, or you can do research by talking to your own instructors, looking at EPAC, and as I just mentioned, Career Shift is found in EPAC. Once you log in with your Unity ID and password, this is a gold mine, and I'm just going to let you log in and find out how wonderful these filters are to help you identify alumni. Of course, alumni are already up for anyone to see on LinkedIn, and that's 185,000 NC State members of our family. They've all posted their profiles online. Career Shift is actually purchased by a vendor for the university student, so compare the two and see what the difference is. But easy peasy to just type into LinkedIn the name of your university and see these hundreds of thousands of names pop up. So what to do next? Now you have these names. Now you're saying to yourself, they're working in the field that I'm interested in. Now you're going to be sending them this letter. And in the next video, you're going to learn more about exactly what questions to ask when you get to the stage of conducting an informational interview.